Welcome back to Von Blues Boxing, man. What's going on with everybody, man? So tonight I wanted to bring my top 10 for the end of the year 154-pound list, the junior middleweight division for my 2020. So I'm gonna start off at number, what should I go? Should I go 10? No, I'm gonna go with 10. I'm gonna start with 10. At number 10, I got Sebastian Fundora. Sebastian Fundora, 6'6", tall as hell for the 154-pound division. He's coming off two pretty good wins. I would say good quality wins for a guy in his position right now. He stopped Nathan Gallimore, which was a really impressive win because I had yeah, that was impressive because Nathan Gallimore, I don't think Nathan Gallimore has been stopped. I think that was the first time he got stopped, and I think that was against Sebastian Fundora, and Fundora just got him out of there. And then he stopped Ali Ahmed, and Ali Ahmed only had one loss. No, he's not a more notable guy, but Ali Ahmed has fought as high as 168 pounds, so that should tell you, And then Fundora is, I think, in the top 2, top 3, top 1 rankings in the WBC now. I think they moved him over there to the WBA. But yeah, he's my number 10 junior middleweight. And then at number 9, I got Brian Castano out of Argentina. Brian Castano is a pretty good 154. He's got a split decision against Edislandi Lara. That fight could have went any way. He also stopped Wale Omatoso. After I think Wale came off a pretty good win, he stopped him. So Brian Castano is fighting for the WBO junior middleweight title against Patrick Teixeira on February 13th. That'll be on DAZN. Don't miss that. That's on, I think this co-main event to Jojo Diaz, and I forgot the other guy's name he's fighting. So yeah, I got Castano at number 9, and then at number 8, I got the number 1 WBC mandatory, or number 1 in the WBC rankings, Ericsson Lubin. Ericsson Lubin is coming off a win against Terrell Gasha. He stopped Jorge Cota. So Lubin lately has been on a roll. Ever since that Jermell Charlo, he's won every fight he's had. I mean, he wasn't an impressive win against Terrell Gasha, but I knew that fight was going to be closer than what people thought it was going to be. Lubin is a pretty, so Lubin is right there. I mean, if Jermell Charlo decides to take on a fight before in this end of the year, it could be possibly Lubin, but we'll see because he stopped Lubin before a long time ago, but that was a while ago. So we'll see. Yeah. Then at number 7, we got the current WBO champion, Patrick Teixeira out of Brazil. Patrick Teixeira is coming off his biggest win against Carlos Adames. He stopped Adames for the title. Carlos Adames was pretty touted contender, pretty high-level title contender, and yeah, Patrick Teixeira went in there and stopped him. It was a gritty, kind of close fight, but Teixeira got that win. And Patrick Teixeira will be fighting my number 9 junior middleweight in the world for the what's that called? My bad, for the WBO title on February 13th on DAZN. So don't forget about that, fellas. Then at number 6, I got Tony Harrison. Now, Tony Harrison is the former WBC champion. Tony Harrison has fought a lot of quality competition. He's fought Willie Nelson, who was one time at a top 5 154. He's fought Jarrett Hurd. He's fought Jermell Charlo too. So he's fought them. So he's fought a lot of quality competition. Beat Jermell Charlo in the first fight, but then lost in the rematch. He got stopped. So I got Tony Harrison at number 6. Harrison hasn't fought since that loss of Jermell Charlo. We'll see what happens with Tony Harrison. Would love to see the man come back. And yeah. So number 5, we got the partial WBA champion, Edislandi Lara. So, Lara's just been a top guy in 154 for years. I mean, he's fought Canelo, he's fought Jarrett Hurd, he's fought Brian Castano. I mean, he's fought so many top 154s, and it's just been around for a long time. I can name even more, but I'm not gonna even go into that. As so Lara's, I got Lara at 5th, and then number 4, I got the former WBA and IBF champion, Julian J-Rock Williams. So J-Rock's loss is J-Rock lost to, Jamal Charlo all those years ago. He lost to Jason Rosario. And then he came after the win against I mean, and then he came off a big win against Jared Hurd, shockingly beat Jared Hurd, knocked him down, and just won that fight comfortably and sound, and he became the WBA and IBF champion. But then right along the next fight, since I didn't, Jared Hurd and him didn't rematch, Jason Rosario ended up pulling off the upset. So yeah, I got J-Rock at number 4. He's coming back. He's supposed to be fighting this year. I forgot he's supposed to be fighting one of the UK fighters. I forgot his name. And then at number 3, I currently got Jason Rosario, Banana Rosario, the former WBA and IBF champion. Now, Jason Rosario, I got him at number 3 because he's been impressive. You know, 18 fights, former unified champion, only 2 losses. Lost to Nathan Gallimore really early in his career when I don't think he was ready for Gallimore. Big win against Julian Williams, and beat Jorge Cota, you know, kind of what they would call a gatekeeper. He also what's that called? So yeah, and then he just came off and he lost to Jermell Charlo, but you know, Jason Rosario is one of my top. He's my number 3 junior middleweight, and at number 2, I got the former WBA, IBF, and if you want to count the IBO champion, Jared Swift Hurd. So Jared Hurd is beat Edislandi Lara. He's beat Tony Harrison. So he's beat some quality 154s. And his only loss is Julian Williams. He beat Francisco Santana, which wasn't, I mean, that wasn't the best fight for, you know, wasn't the best performance for Jared Hurd, but he got the win. So we'll see where Jared Hurd goes from here. We haven't got any word on who he's going to fight or anything of that nature, so we'll find out. And at number 1, I got Jermell Keep Running Your Mouth Charlo, the WBC, WBA, and IBF and Ring Magazine champion, and currently on my pound-for-pound list, Jermell Charlo. So Jermell just came off 2 big wins back-to-back, regaining his title, stopping Tony Harrison, and then going into a unification bout against Jason Rosario, dangerous Jason Rosario, coming off the biggest win in his career and stopping him in the 7th round. Impressive performance from Jermell Charlo in that fight. So we'll see what Jermell does from here. Jermell could possibly wait for the winner of Patrick Teixeira and Brian Castano wins that fight. Maybe he can fight the winner and try to become undisputed. It would be easier if Brian Castano won that fight. You know, Brian Castano's with the PBC, so that would be maybe easier to make. So maybe he could wait, or maybe he could take on somebody like Lubin or Jared Hurd. It's to be seen, you know, what Jermell does from here. But currently he's my number 1 154-pound list for the end of my 2020. So yeah, just wanted to get out there. Man, y'all be good. Y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe, man. Von Blues Boxing. I'm out.